I don't compromise, especially when it comes to values. And I know, like, isn't this thing like business work, like we are going to you are put in a space where you are compromised. So if it's like that, I think my personality needs to rise up from that, and then it will izogcina seyibonakele ukuthi azange ngicompromise it. But the manner of me moving away from that, what I was supposed to compromise, it mustn't be harsh, it mustn't be disrespectful, but I don't compromise. Most of the time I walk away, because if I have to compromise, then it means I was not supposed to do it. I'm not supposed to be there. Because man compromise, the guy one compromise, I was actually 2050, and I don't have that time. You understand? So yeah, so I don't compromise, but in your corner, negotiate and have a common understanding, common ground, that with values still. Yeah, yeah.
Isaga imali iswevi changu phila kulomhlaba kufuna amahundra nayo ngithaye zikhona amakhipha alien pollution ihlahla ziyancipha khona amakhipha ibanga nomsipha stock up on this and watch the market.
Igama lami Blaq Story, ubaba wathi Duduzile Shabangu. So yeah, I think I have 4 jobs. Okay, I have a teaching job. I teach maths and science, and then I have I love agriculture. With the history of blacks and umhlaba ubalulekile. Like it's always been in my head ukuthi I don't believe I'm born ukuthi ngihlale ku4 room. It's not right. I don't believe ukuthi this is what we're meant to inherit, So I always had this thing with I need to be involved kumhlaba or something. So I have a farm, 780 hectares in Bakastrom. Igama lakhona iLangfontein. iLangfontein. So it's a Bakastrom, right? And now I wanted to buy a house for my kids, and boom, I have a house here and then the hotel there. So now I'm into tourism, but I want to put my tourism with my education, because I want to do workshops here for the kids. I feel like the government has robbed our kids in terms of timely work, and no one is saying anything, and the parents are just relaxed. Or maybe it's because they don't know what's going on with the system and the education that their kids are supposed to be getting. So I'll volunteer and have workshops to cover all those, because it's a chain. Like if you break one term, like the child, like child development in terms of the curriculum, then they will never like reach their part. So I'm into farming, agriculture, obviously it's poultry, then now it's hotel, yeah. And then I also have White House. It's always entertainment business, yeah. Having 4 kids and being divorced, and I had to create my own system, and I always negotiate with them, because I think their minds, I think kids' minds are very smart. My dad used to say a child's mind is like a sponge. So if you put it in water, in clean water, it will suck up all that clean water. So it depends where you bega condense or sponge suck. So I negotiate with them. I always make sure that we have intimate, like one-on-one session, group sessions and stuff, but they know mommy has to work, because mommy has to cover daddy's bill and mommy's bill. So end of the day, I need to be wherever, but I make sure that it's either there's a nanny, or there's a teacher, or there's a tutor, there's a driver. So I have to work, like I had to put that in order. It's okay, there's a driver around. I don't feel right. A public transport, they are exposed to a lot of things that they're not even supposed to. I'm not saying public transport is wrong, but I mean, so I choose ukuthi abami kwamanje, because abantu abaningi ba expose izinto eziningi, ngihlezi ngibavalela. Like I think I like that, and sizoba khona isikhathi where they will bazophuma and stuff, and then I'll be ready for that. So I balance it well now. I think somehow every tragedy comes with a blessing. I think my divorce was also a blessing, because now I got to find myself. You know, when you're in a relationship, like even if you are capable of doing something, but because you have with a spouse is gonna cover me. So now I'm exposed. You know, I'm vulnerable. Depending like everything, like me. So angina. So it's cut so like I work. I think I sleep maybe 4 hours, like it's enough, you know, and it's either I work or maybe so I chill with friends or family, like, but I try to always do something, occupy myself with something. So I think it's good, and my mom is being also like an angel, because I know if my mom is there, the principle that she taught me, like, I'm going to make mistakes like twice with my kids. That's why I'm like, no, I have never but and my mom's values it's my values today. So I'm also like okay with that. I think I'm a better daughter to my mom because of the love that my dad gave me. Because I've always been a daddy's girl. So it's a man's world I intusi, because I think my dad has played a very important role in me. Like I have fear for nothing. I'm not scared of anything. It's because of him, because you know, like I could do anything, and every time there's something, I always think of him, because no matter even maybe when you're something stupid, I will always like call him and like, dude, I'm about to do this. Like, you know, if you feel like it's right, I'm here. So Leo ingenze ngaba comfortable more especially in some cheetah, so to say, and I grew up with a cheetah, and so basically I think I'm more into brotherhood than the sisterhood. The sisterhood I get from family members or people that I'm really close with. So being in this business, I end up intimidating them, which I like a lot because I'm not dominant, but the character itself, that like with growth, with love, with nurturing, with mistakes, with uvuge and stuff, like the scars that we carry, and ingenza ukuthi mangabe ngiba even in front of them ngisebenza nabo, they actually see the power that I possess, though sometimes I don't, until I look in a bad view and see that, oh, okay, it's actually huge. But I think ingenza ukuthi ngibe more powerful, because I don't see any difference between me and a nigga or a guy. So me and I, like, you see, we're on the same route. So like, you see, I have a single first lane is stronger. So if they have to back kitchen first, and kitchen just as first, you know. It all comes to values, principles. No matter how hard it is, you never lower your standards. You know, I think the girl child has been put in a position for a lot of years, like for many years. Every time mangabe something that is hard, as women we always have to submit, and that is not the way. There's always another way. You know, we don't have to submit, because sometimes when you submit to your weakness, and it's very difficult to be over strong from that, because you lose yourself, you lose your values, you lose who you are. You look at the mirror like because you're trying to see, okay, I didn't have this. So I think a girl child will have to be very strong-minded. Doesn't matter the age. They have to read. They have to have mentors. You have to have people like, if you're like, if you know to go Blaq, you say, and like Blaq, you know, can I talk to you and stuff. So if you surround yourself with people that are strong, the energy just transfers. Easy. But with everything that's going on, and then you get yourself to the people and take advantage, you get weaker, and then along the way they lose themselves. If you lose yourself, there's no way of turning back and grab yourself again. So it would take maybe 20 years. Sometimes people, they just leaving dead because of those principles that actually across the boundary between about close. So kunezinye izinto like that, you know, noma ngabe kuphethe kanjani, you never cross. Like there's always another way. So you find that strength within. Ihlezi khona kuwo wonke umuntu. So it's just a matter of thinking it's me. And kakhulu mangabe, like you have to believe in yourself more than ukuthi support ungayithola komunye umuntu. Like have yourself, yes, I support to go 100% before you can uyifune komunye umuntu. Because even if ungayitholanga, then you still have 100%. You're still strong. Yeah, so I think the girl child will need to be mentally strong and my principles. You don't go what is going on. What I say 2020, I'm a 2000. Like this definitions about wenzai, like it makes it easier for people to do wrong because now it's defined as right. But it's wrong to everyone.
I think on that same point, what then becomes the conversation with the boy child, who, whether they've got a father figure who does what the world does or who behaves like your father behaved, or whatever the situation is, because I'm listening to you and I am feeling the continuation of the girl child needs to be the one who is vigilant. The girl child needs to be the one who draws boundaries, you know. But what about the boy child? You know, is he just a free spirit who is running around, who needs to only be stopped by the woman who has got boundaries? No. How does it look like?
Like I think mina like mang define umuntu. That's why sometimes I'm thinking now. But then about hey, like you act like a dude. I don't define myself as a girl or as a boy. So I think the same principles that will go to a girl child will it will go to the same way gulo ongumfana, because at the end we are coexister, and most of the time men are always seen as muscular, the people like that gives direction. If say I'm a man, he's the one who's supposed to protect me and stuff. So I think I got 3 boys. I love them, and I'm a single parent, so I'm always a father and a mother to them. I know how I want them to treat like a girl child. So it's respect. It's respect, ubuntu, and principles, like values. You know, like if you have those things line it up, and then what we were taught by our mothers. Ubuntu. If you have Ubuntu, like there's very like mancane chances you can end up like doing wrong, my decisions are wrong or something. So it's an end, like it comes back to like common sense, like just respect. If you have respect, then you have the mutual love. Then the boy child has to do that. So isn't today's right now is because of peer pressure and stuff. So usually you have to try to minimize it. And I cannot just let them there's like gadgets, there's what, there's like so much information that they're not supposed to be seeing. So my duty as a mother, it's to protect their innocence. So like they know they get only 1 hour with their phone or with the TV, and it's all controlled. It's like as much as Kwabanya Bazali is seen as I'm harsh, it's because I know what I'm planting. You know, it's about me planting those principles that they'll know it's okay, I cannot do this. It's a matter of like discipline. You know what, you can have this, I cannot do that. But if umtanako like at the younger age, une freedom of doing everything. So eye control and stuff. So I think like the same rules goes for a girl child. The same. I got a girl, I got a boy. So like give me they're all the same. So if we treat the kids like that, then they will know we're just human beings with different like sexuality, but end of the day siya coexist, siya pila, siya, you know, same thing.
Halal.
I own a private school, right? Hope Private School. So Guya is like you get us on Facebook, Hope Private School. Or else, like you get us on WhatsApp, 062-0010-987. And then go Molman, because the hotel's in Molman, but now it's not Molman Hotel, it's Blaq Story Hotel in Molman. You know, so, but if you Google it, you will say Molman Hotel, then it gives you everything that you can, but yeah, we still have that. And then personally, Blaq Shabangu. on Facebook and
Isaka imali isweve changu phela kulomhlaba kufuna amahunfa